Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome along, everybody. So another host city has just begun their World Cup journey, Canada, picking up their first ever points ever in a World Cup with a 1-1 draw against Bosnia and Herzegovina. They had to come from behind in Toronto to do so, but a good start for Jesse Marsh's side. Welcome along, everybody. Really nice to have you with us. I'm Poppy Miller alongside Mike Greller and Troy Deeney. Grell, how are you feeling about Canada? Glass half full or half empty after that?
Half full. I think they did a lot of things they wanted to do. If you look at just the pure football, they pressed the ball. They made it a difficult game for Bosnia. They made some defensive mistakes as well, for sure. And the biggest thing, and I always remember this with a Jesse Marsh system and with his players, they're so amped up to win the ball back and to press the football and play at a high tempo. You saw the quick throw-ins a couple times called Bosnia sleeping. That when they have the ball in situations to create, they need to create quality, that they're still in that intense moment. So they go cross and it's like boom, or they go play a through ball and it's heavy. And a big theme would always be like slow down. Like once you have it and you're in and around the box and you can create these moments, you have to be able to slow down to see what's going on, to create the little bits of quality. And they never did. They never slowed down with the being at home, with the intense atmosphere of the World Cup. I think they just never found that bit of quality. Every ball was like a cement pass, man. It was just boof, cross, just whipped across, and not the details were missing. Saying that, though, Bosnia cleared a couple of them off the line, the crossbar as well. So Canada probably unlucky in the end not to get the job done.
Yeah, 100%. I also think to that moment of quality that you're talking about, I thought the celebration from Larin was really pivotal because obviously we know he did well for Southampton. Obviously he had a terrible end with what happened with that mess. But when you look at as a striker point of view, if I'm the fourth choice striker, they had the two that started, they brought Promise David into it as well. Then they bring me on. That goal he scored and that celebration, like, hey, I'm the man. That was quite an interesting moment as well. And I wonder how Jesse Marsh would handle that. Actually, how have you seen him handle that in your time? Because all strikers have got egos. All strikers want to play and score. But when you're sitting on the bench and you're seeing lads miss great chances and you come on and score, he's going to expect to score now.
He's done it to me, and I've scored goals, and I've taken it personal, like you always do. Of course. You know. And also, Larin had a good season with Southampton. He scored 8 goals. He was a transfer over there, and then everything that's happened with him there as well. Like, right, he thought he might have been going to the Premier League at one point. They were the favorites to go to the Premier League. Obviously, that whole scandal happened with the cheating, with the spying. So he's got that frustration in it. Then he comes at home and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, starts on the bench, one of the last guys brought on, and then scores that goal. So erupted with a lot of emotion. I think Jesse will embrace that. I think Jesse will respect that. And I think Jesse now has something that he has to think about moving into the next game with who he's going to start.
How was your experience, though, Grell? If you did have a good game and you did score with Jesse, would you find yourself in the starting 11 in the next game, or is he more so he needs to see it over a longer period of time? You
would find yourself back in the starting 11. I think that's one of the things I remember about him the most as well, is that he holds people accountable. In the MLS, there's a system, just quickly, that there's DPs, designated players, 3 guys that don't count towards the salary cap. Those guys are usually on $5-6 million bucks, right? And normally they get a different treatment, not under Jesse. They were held accountable the same. So if they didn't score, if they didn't perform, to the bench.
Who was one of them under Jesse, by the way?
Bradley Wright Phillips.
And he would put him on the bench.
So can you imagine Bradley Wright Phillips, I think he's the record goal scorer for New York Red Bull. He's one of the top in MLS. He's one of the best goal scorers I've ever played with. And Jesse would tell him, hey, I think you messed this up. I think you need to make this movement more. I mean, that's incredible. Maybe as a manager, I don't do that because, like, Troy knows how to score goals, right? I'm not gonna try to tell him how to play the game. He knows how to play the game, right? So, but he would hold him accountable, like, hey, I think you were late here. I think you should try this. I think just seeing that as being one of the other guys, you're like, oh, okay, we're all on the same page, and we're all on the same.
Sets an example.
We're all part of it. So he'll have a good problem now to worry about with Larin scoring that great goal.
100%.
Speaking of strikers, what about Jonathan David then? How will he be feeling after that match, Troy?
He should be used to it. This is what he's been doing. Again, you come across like you're like some jealous, bitter person. I couldn't care less. I want all strikers to do well, but the chances he misses we spoke about it at half-time. We missed a big chance, and then he just goes missing. And you're meant to be the star of Canadian football alongside Alphonso Davies. You're meant to be the star, the big name everyone looks to. You're 1-0 down at 60 minutes, and you're the first one off. That's not my opinion. That's not your opinion. That's just a fact that happened. I think it's a real crossroads in his career now. Like, who are you? Who do you want to be? Who's the player? Are you the player that we saw go on that great run a few years ago? Got, was it nearly 30 goals?
Yeah.
And then this one now that we're seeing over the last year and a half has been, he looks a shadow of himself. He looks scared to embrace the moment and go, right, I'm going to be the one to score.
How do you change that, by the way, though? Because you spoke about the roller coaster of this, and from the media, like you said, it comes across like everybody's on him. You know, they say, does he want it enough? He had that one good season, so the potential is, of course, there. But that must frustrate him as well to hear the criticism, to say, to make it personal and say, is the effort there? Is the intensity there? Is the finishing there? How do you
I always
respond?
struggle when people talk about effort, because effort is always there. No player walks on the pitch and just walks around. They're running, maybe they're a little bit late to a press and it looks bad, but they're always going to have effort there. He's obviously takes care of himself, that's why he's fit and available. But I think if it was me, it would be personal now. Again, put Canada aside for 1 second. We saw games in Serie A in Juve where they went with McKennie through the middle and had two strikers on the bench.
Top, yeah.
Now, me, personally, as a striker, things are being tipped over. We're having a serious conversation.
It's a big insult.
You're saying I'm not good. Not only am I not good enough, there's somebody else in our team that has never played that position. You think he's more trustworthy than me. So I would take that personally. This, I thought, was going to be a moment for him to come out in his home country, sorry, World Cup. The stage is set. It's a good game against Bosnia as well. Like, you know, you're going to get a lot of shots, a lot of chances. And I was like, was that it? When you're leaving a game, whether it's a player or as somebody who's working in the media, you want to be able to go, that person was good. Oh, I saw that. What did we see? We saw one missed chance. And the game just passed him by. I don't know. There needs to be a serious conversation with the manager and be like, do you really want this? Because we've got 3 other guys who do really want it. Maybe it is humiliation of him sitting on the bench and not coming on. Maybe it's something like that really reignites him. But you have to get him playing, because when someone's had one good season, you know they're capable of it. So they need him to score, and they need him to be better.
Seems like Troy's being harsh and we're being harsh, but it's actually, we're not. It's like a heart surgeon, right? You're working on someone. You can't make a mistake. You make a mistake, the guy dies, right? Or brain surgeon, same thing. Strikers are like that. Strikers are, you might get that one chance, and in that no doubt about it, he scores the first goal Canada win. No doubt about it, because they were all over Bosnia.
And it changes the narrative around him.
Changes everything. And all of a sudden, the fans are into it, and all of a sudden, they start rolling.
Well. How many times have you played with somebody who scores and then they just get bigger?
Yeah.
100%.
Get quicker, they get stronger.
100%.
Sorry.
And he makes some okay other plays, right? There's one play where he goes back, and he's the one who stops the counterattack. He goes back from like 20 yards, and that's great. And that's awesome. And he pressed probably the way Jesse wanted, and that's great. But strikers, at the end of the day, you got to score goals. You're there to score goals. That's like the Jokeres conversation.
Yeah.
When they're like, oh, man, he ran the channel great. You don't get signed for that kind of money because you run channels. You don't get signed for that money for hold-up play. As a striker, you get signed to score goals. And in that big moment where they needed that goal, he kind of flipped the script on them. And you can also miss. Keeper can make a great save. You can miss the post, whatever. But he took it wrong. The connection was bad. You could see the lack of confidence in him. And then Bosnia scored, which made the game triple hard for Canada.
I think as well, another thing that's probably looming over him is his future, with his club team, because obviously you've spoken at length about how it's been disappointing with Juventus. If he had a good World Cup, he would have maybe a lot of other suitors, right?
See, this is where I will be harsh now. I'm not playing for Juventus, my club team. I'm the man for the national team at a World Cup, and I'm playing against his team. You watch this, and I'm at home. I know everything. It's not like, Qatar or somewhere else where I've not been. I know where I am. I know the hotels. I know the people. They're going to treat me like a superstar. And I get to showcase who I am, and then also stick 2 fingers up to my club and go, this is why I should be playing. But also, how many players move for massive money because they scored 3, 4, 5 goals in the World Cup?
Huge.
Puts you on a different market. So for me, I thought he was poor. I think he needs to have a real look at himself, and also start to question your friends and your family at that point, don't you? Like, who's really telling him the truth? Like, it's not always somebody else's fault. At some point, you've got to deliver.
The numbers behind his day as well. Let's just have a look at those with the graphics, because this is from SofaScore. 61 minutes, as your boys mentioned, 3 total shots, 1 big missed chance, 0.37 expected goals.
See, like, I like a stat like anybody, but 0.37 for a shot that's on the floor, not bobbling.
Not an easier chance you're going to get.
And you're in the middle of the goal, just above the penalty spot there. They're saying he's taken that shot. And it's, what? The same. If you had 10 shots, 3 of them you should score. Now,
if you had, oh, that one.
Based on the XG there. So for every 10 shots, you should score 3. How many times in training would we do those drills where he just gets rolled back?
That's 8 out of 10.
There you go.
Maybe 9 out of 10.
And I just think this is where I understand SofaScore have their algorithms and things of that nature, but come on, like it's not good enough to be 6.3, 61%, 61 minutes played. 3 shots. It's just not good enough.
And that's the thing. He's their record goal scorer. He is their man. And Jesse said 60 minutes, see you later. I'm going to pull you, because he was not doing his job. So that's credit to Jesse, because he's not scared to make big decisions. So we'll see who starts in the next game.
And they had to come from behind, didn't they? As we mentioned, we're going to break down the goals just now, because Bosnia-Herzegovina, we talked about them stepping up in big moments. They like the chaos, don't they? They like to be the underdog. They like to be in maybe a situation where they don't necessarily have all the support, as we saw in the qualifiers. This is kind of the dictation of how their first goal went, Troy, to get you off to a good start as well with your bet.
Yeah, it was a decent start. And again, we're showing obviously the little pass in the up, back and through, then go down the right-hand side. Obviously, they end up nicking this now to make a corner, and then obviously from the corner they score. But the sad part with it all is when you look at this, and I've done really well to making this out, by the way. This is worse than my school homework. But actually, when you look at this, a lot of the chances are in the goal, in the 6-yard box. That's what they're going to do, aren't they? They're going to put balls into the box, be strong, be physical. And unfortunately, Canada couldn't really deal with it. And again, when you take it back to club football, well, who was the best at set pieces? Arsenal. Look how successful they were. I think a lot of international teams will go, okay, if we can take that template, not going to have as good players, all of them, but solid, know their formation, be difficult to beat, and then hit you on the set pieces.
Are they the happier of the two teams, Grell, do you think, all things considered?
Yes and no, because, I mean, it was a difficult game for them being at the host nation's country and playing that game away from home. And they also had the lead. I don't think they managed it well. They didn't really play enough.
Second half,
They also had, like, 2 or 3 really good chances. Demirovic, who was a quality striker there, he was 1v1 with the goalkeeper. All he has to do is slot it. He tries to go around them.
Yeah.
That could have been 2-0, right? So when you talk about moments in the game, that could have been game over for Canada right there. But so they let Canada hang around and they let them in the game. The goal, I think, was difficult for them because they were in good shape, and Larin somehow got the bounce there, and then it was a fantastic finish. So, but they were in good shape when they conceded the chance. So both teams will walk away and have plenty of adjustments to make and plenty of things to look at. And this is the goal that Larin scores here. And, you know, you see how tight and central they were. So were the Bosnian players. There's not a lot of space to work with. Promise David was also brought in before Larin, by the way. He was the one that was involved also in that buildup, and then Larin just smashes it home with a finish. And it was a big moment, important moment. 70th minute. From there on, they put a lot of pressure on Bosnia, not able to get it done, though. Obviously 1-1, and they'll both walk away looking at, like, hey, we need to fix 20 different things.
Yeah. But also, I actually think Canada would be the most relieved, because when you think about it, they've never actually gotten a point in a World Cup. It's their first one. So that's another thing that Jesse can look back at and go, okay, we've got that tick now, we've broken that. Now it's, can we get our first win? And then hopefully, can we get out of the group stage? But yeah, I think both teams were looking at what if that moment after the game, what if we'd have done this a little bit better?
Both teams probably felt like they could have won the match today.
Yeah,
but we'll
absolutely.
have to settle for how things are. We've got loads more to come for you, everybody, after this short break. Stay with us. We're going to be back in just a second.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad would want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Canada have their first ever points in a World Cup. This is the scenes in Toronto at one of the many watch parties that's happening over with our neighbours to the north. Got to be a good feeling, hasn't it? And a good day for them as one of the host countries. Even though they didn't get all the points, they at least got something from the first game.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, what it represents and like we say, the emotion of the day and being at home and everything else. And also, they were very close to breaking history, or joining history with Qatar and being the only home nation to start the game with a loss in the history of the World Cup. So they were very close to that as well. A lot of unlucky moments, too. They could have got the job done. So plenty to look at, pick at, and move forward. But I thought Jesse would be happy with a lot of moments as well.
Let's have a look at some of the ratings then from SofaScore. We just had a look at, obviously, one with Jonathan David. But overall, this is how they went. You've got a couple of ones that are in the 7s, most of which are in the 6s. Jonathan David, 6.3. Anything that you disagree with here, Troy, at a glance?
Buchanan. How Buchanan was considered worse than the two strikers is, or level in that regard. I thought he actually gave a lot more in terms of dynamism. Just, again, to Grella's point, really poor with the final delivery, but he was pacey, direct, did everything right. Yeah, again, I think it's a fair description, though, isn't it? That the two fullbacks were probably their better players, and then the front four didn't really offer you a great deal. Like, that's why they had to make so many changes. And, yeah, I think that's about fair. But, you know, again, there's so much talent there. And I don't understand why they put in such a poor performance on your first. If this was a third game, you're tired, there's a few injuries, you go, OK, fair enough. This is the first game.
Do you think they were a bit nervous, though? Any nerves come into it?
I mean, respectfully, if you're nervous playing against Bosnia, then you you can't really be expected to do anything moving forward.
Also, if you're nervous, like in a big game, I always found that like once the game starts, there's no more. I never felt nerves once the game started. Like once you control the first ball and play it, like normally everything just goes blank. At least it did for me. But Larea there, he's the guy who loses the marker on the set piece, and the goalkeeper also goes out fishing and is nowhere near the play. So 7.8 surprised me a little bit. I thought he was okay, sort of in the field of play, but on the set piece he got done. And just what Troy said, the front four, so if you imagine the two strikers and the two wide men, those scores for me are not that surprising. I'm surprised Liam Miller got 6.8 because I thought his final delivery, I mean, he had a couple moments where he went by guys, showed some pace, but his final delivery, what he's there for, again, that's why he gets paid in the big moments, was not enough. So them all being sort of the low sixes would kind of make sense for me.
Here's another example as well, though. Like when you're talking about the quality of game, the best was 7.8. So we would say in normal football, be a 7 out of 10 every single week. And look how many were short of sevens. And that's I think where you
and these are quite generous. These are a little generous too, some of these. But yeah, I think it's pretty accurate.
Okay, what about Bosnia then? On the other hand, this is the ratings that came in for their 11. Obviously, the substitutes as well. We'll talk about Kyle Larin in just a second. Kolasinac came in at an A, Katic as well, 8.3. So overall, they had a couple of players that were ranked a lot higher.
I mean, if that ball doesn't hit the crossbar and goes in, if a couple of those other chances go in, do those guys get those ratings? I'm not so sure. I thought they were okay.
Katic was a clearance off the line as well, do you remember?
Yeah, the clearance came off Kolasinac.
No, that was the one that hit the bar, and the one that gets headed back in.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's why those two are higher as well. But again, all in all, the front four weren't great. Could have been better. I'm not even going to try and say the young fella's name down here. I'll leave that. What's that, Poppy? Give me that one.
Terovic.
Okay, cool.
At the end.
At the end, yeah. So I thought there was moments because
quarter of her name.
Yeah, because he's so predominantly left-footed. When he was coming down on this right side, he got to great positions around here where you're just saying, just feed it across there. He kept cutting back in on his left foot. And that's why I think his rating was so low, because there was no real end product to that. But all in all, I think Bosnia will be very happy. It's got to be like that for them to be successful in this. That back line has to be unbelievable. A little bit surprised we didn't see Edin Dzeko towards the end there. But I get it. When you're in this moment, you're like, OK, let's just keep what we've got as opposed to try to win the game.
And it's only their second World Cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to welcome in someone that played in the first World Cup that Bosnia and Herzegovina were in. Asmir Begovic is back with us, who we saw in the pre-show.
Oh.
Here he is.
How about to say, is that his house? That sounds about right.
Asmir, good to see you. How do you feel after that performance and after the 1-1 draw today?
Well, I feel pretty good, I have to say. I think when you look at this game, it was always going to be difficult to play the host nation in your first game at the World Cup and everything that comes with that. So I think the team can be very satisfied. I think everyone involved, it's a good start, gets you into the tournament. I think the game went as we all expected. Bosnia very happy to sit in, defend, soak up pressure, counter-attack when they can in transition. And, of course, the biggest advantage they have against most teams is their set plays. So I think it was a good point. We'll take it and we move on from there.
Asmir, just look at it from an attacking point of view. I thought you got some really good areas from that shape. But in the final third, just that, not lack of quality, lack of clarity is the word I would use in terms of what was the right pass or what was the decision to whether to shoot or to cut back. How does the group move forward? Because it is a very young group and it's very difficult to learn on the job in the World Cup, as you know.
Roy, it's been the difficulty for this whole team over the last couple of years. We don't have a lot of options in attack. We have two young wingers, one Kerem Alibegovic, who came on in the second half, obviously Asmir Bayraktarovic on the right wing. These are young lads. You know, there's a lot of expectation on them to try and produce the goods, but it's really, really difficult. So, and after them, there isn't many options really on the bench for Sergei Barbares to choose from. The one missing piece, maybe the two missing pieces, of course, Edin Dzeko, you know, and Haris Tabakovic, who are two frontmen who can do a little bit of something out of nothing. You know, you can just get 1 yard as a winger, cross the ball, put in the box, and they're going to make something happen. But now those guys are missing. There's a little bit of more expectation on these wingers to make something happen, and we don't have many goals in midfield. So really, it is difficult. That's why the pressure is on those defenders. And I thought the back four were magnificent today, really, with everything that was coming their way. It was so important for them to be solid. And yeah, we wish we could have had a Troy Deeney or Mark Grella in there, but it's not meant to be.
Be careful what you wish for, man. But I will say there was two big moments in the game for me. Jonathan David miss in that very simple miss at the top of the box, right? Probably they score. It's in Canada. They go on and make the game very difficult for Bosnia. But then there's another one. Dimitrovic on the other side, he's alone with a goalkeeper. All he has to do is really slot it. He tries to take the extra touch. So do you feel like the point is lucky or unlucky? Because if Dimitrovic scores, that's 2-0, game is over. So in moments, I felt like you guys were lucky, and then in other ways, I feel like you were a little bit unlucky.
I think when you look at the game as a whole, I think it's a really good point. I wouldn't say it's lucky. I think, again, if Canada won with the pressure they had later on in the game, you wouldn't be too upset as a neutral. But I think as a Bosnian, it was a really good point, a well-earned point. Really fortunate that we went ahead. I think if we were chasing the game with the lack of options that we have, that would have been probably a much trickier situation. So the fact that we were able to get that goal and have something to hang on to was crucial for us tonight. But we take the point and we go on from there.
Asmir, I've got a question for you. I'm hoping this is right because one of the producers shouted in my ear. Did you play for the Canadian youth team? Is that correct?
I did. Troy grew up in Canada. I played in all the youth national teams up until the under-23s. I was never capped. There was a couple opportunities for me to be capped, and then later on the call from Bosnia came, and then I had to make a decision. So I've represented both Canada at youth levels and then Bosnia at senior level.
Oh, fair play. Well, other than the hockey stick on your left-hand side there, well, I actually wouldn't have known that. I've known you a long time. Just wanted to talk to you about Canada then really quickly. Will they be happy? I was a little bit disappointed with the likes of Jonathan David and the strikers. Obviously, that's where my eyes are going to go. But I thought they ran around a lot. They were very industrious. But you need a bit more than that at this level, surely.
Well, Canada soccer's come a long way. I mean, from when I was playing there to where they are now and the options they have and the team they have, the squad, the strength and depth. You look at some of these clubs these players are playing for, they've come a really long way. It's not easy to host the World Cup. Listen, I've never been in that position. So I think that would have weighed on them a little bit, especially at the beginning of the game. Because Canada grew into the game. They got better. The substitutions were really, really important. I think, Kyle Laren's finish was something you two would have approved of. So I think for them, it was a good start again. I think it's important for both teams. I've been there in 2014, Troy. We played Argentina in the opening game. We were unbelievable, I thought, that day. But unfortunately, Messi, a little bit of magic. They won the game 2-1. All the praise in the world, but we lose the game and we're on the back foot. And the pressure immediately ramps up. So the fact that both teams are on the board, Canada's next game against Qatar is, important for them to win. You're then on 4 points, and you're really looking good for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
So true. I think both teams...
That's why he's so good.
Just a casual name drop of Messi as well.
Yeah, just casual.
Playing against the likes of the best. Asmir, thanks so much. We hope to see you again soon as Bosnia go on.
See you guys. See everybody. Thank you.
Okay, so obviously...
What a nice human.
So nice. So nice. I know, I didn't realise...
Made you feel a bit weird, didn't it, actually having nice people to talk to?
Well, he threw me off when he said he wants to have Grella on his team. That's nice.
Yeah, I said, well, take it easy. You don't get any extra money. You get what you get.
So, Troy, you went for Bosnia to win, right? So your bet was no good?
No, it was...
Is that right?
Your bet was done after 15 minutes.
My bet was definitely done. How was your bet, though?
Mackenzie, come on in.
Yeah,
add some
let's
now we're all on the same team together. We get a draw and nobody wins.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We want to highlight who didn't do well today. I'm one of them. You're one of them. Grella, how did you do?
We're all in the same boat. I missed it by a Canada goal. So, and they had a couple balls cleared off the line, but it wasn't enough.
Okay.
At least we hit the under.
We had the same. Yeah, we had the under, so we
did better than you guys.
Bit better.
Technically.
Mackenzie, you see that plus sign? That means those bets are paired together. So you hit nothing.
Yeah, I don't want to talk. Yeah, I will say, I feel like I really abandoned myself betting on an under today. It's really not my truth typically.
Do you like to go over?
Yeah, I like to root for goals. Every other sport, I like to root for points as well. So I do have an over bet for USA. So I'm feeling like that's back to my true self.
A little bit of a behind the curtain view as well for the audience. Me and Mackenzie were talking about betting in game to win as well, just to win it back.
Did you though?
I literally pulled out my sports book as we're watching, and I was ready to be like, let's just bet both teams to score when they were still down. And of course, Canada scores as I'm like going to type it all in. So I had the right intuition, just 15 seconds too late.
And what do you get for that, Grella?
All right.
0.
Okay, we've got the updated standings. The good news is I think you're still leading the way because we've all lost more money today. So Mackenzie,
That's why they pay me the big
oh, no, sorry, Marco's overtaking you now.
Marco,
he
no.
Obviously has done one bet. So that's the caveat at the side.
You guys are going to be done next week, bro.
Yeah, thank God we could only spend $10 at a time.
What's the system with the Premier League and everything?
Relegation.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he knows about that.
It's her job to tell everyone in the building.
I'm so glad that you brought that up. He'll let me know how it feels.
You guys are on the chopping block.
Okay, so we've got work to do then, is what we mean. Have you got your US bet for
I
now?
have
Can you
few.
give us? Okay,
yeah.
Let's do it.
So I do like both teams to score. I'm not going to go to USA homer. Obviously, this is a team that is very vulnerable to conceding goals, and I think Paraguay, they've actually scored a lot in the first half. I know I need to take with a grain of salt the teams they've played in the friendlies, etc. But the fact that they come out so consistently, they're averaging a first half goal in their past 3 games as a team. So both teams to score is around plus money. I think that's worth taking right now. You can do some shots on target, picking any USA 1+ shots on target for a certain player and parlaying that with the over 1.5. I think any version of that gets you to around plus money as well is a good look as well. If you like USA and you want to be pro USA, but you don't have all the confidence in the world in them.
Okay, I like that.
Can I take the over on that thing on Marco's head's real? Is that real?
That's one of those little Russian hats.
I think it's actually moving.
What is this? Love you, Marco. Wow.
It's called a high fade.
I don't know. Troy, have you actually done your photos yet? I've never seen you on a CBS graphic.
Yeah, I have.
That's like a run the ball New
6
York
months ago, but apparently the budget was done.
Imagine this one, though. We're doing company photos. I'll wear my best outfit, all black. Look at that.
Did you wear your best today? Those golf shoes you've got on. Okay, everybody,
no
stay
socks
with us.
Either.
We've got more to
track at home.
They're in there.
The US is playing later on today, as Mackenzie mentions, against Paraguay. We're going to look ahead to that big game for the US as the final nation to open the World Cup in just a sec.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back, everybody. So sunny Southern California. This is where the U.S. men's national team are going to begin their World Cup journey tonight against Paraguay at 9 o'clock Eastern. There is so much anticipation, especially for this group. 4 years in the making, and Mauricio Pochettino leading the likes of Christian Pulisic, Tyler Adams, and so many more. We are really looking forward, aren't we, to the U.S. getting underway. Before we talk about it, though, I'm hearing we've got a special message for our very own Mike Grella. Let's listen.
Oh, yuck. Puh. The only thing worse than American coffee is having to listen to Grella constantly disrespect the Socceroos. You think we're going to be a layup? Well, we're going to swat that layup, because there's one thing you don't know about Australians. It's we do our best work when we are slept on. So let's make this official. If the US beat Australia, I'll wear a USA jersey and say you were right, we were a layup. But if Australia beat the US, you have to don a beautiful Socceroos jersey like this on CBS and apologise. And hey, think about it like this. You can be the second best Grella to ever wear a Socceroos jersey. That's pretty good.
That's accurate. Vince Grella was a baller. That's accurate. We played in the Premier League as well, Vince Grella as well. Listen, again, with this Australian thing, it's getting a little out of control. Okay.
Can I just say, though, you keep adding fuel to the fire.
I'm going to just say something. It made me actually go back and do more research, because I'm like, wait, I love Australians. I'm like, oh, maybe they're right. I go look at their team. I don't recognize any players in the team. I'm not kidding, though, when I say this. It's like, what are they drinking over there? Because they got no shot at doing anything at the World Cup, right? And they're the weakest team in the group. And the U.S., although they've got their weaknesses and their deficiencies, you got like 6, 7 players, 8 players playing in the Champions League, playing in some of the top clubs in Europe. You go look at Australia.
So it should be a free bet for you. You got to take the bet or no?
I would take the bet all day.
How much money would you put on the US winning then? Out of your own money?
The US winning the game?
Against Australia. If you're so confident.
I don't know. Whatever. $1,000, couple $1,000. It doesn't matter to me. There's no shot Australia could compete with the U.S. So the only way they can play is in defense and try to keep 0-0, and that's the only way. But they don't have. There's levels. Like, I know about football, and it's like, anything can happen. Yeah, okay. But there's also levels of quality, and U.S. has players that play week in and week out at the highest levels of Europe, and Australia does not. And that's as simple as that.
Production is just wanting to confirm as well that you're going to wear the Australia jersey.
Would be my pleasure.
And you'll say it's a layup. Anything else? Anything else you want to raise the stakes for the bet on?
I think their best player is Irankunda. Irankunda. I mean, with all due respect, because I don't like to talk bad about players. I'm actually a fan of Irankunda. We cover the championship here at CBS. Irankunda.
Do you want to raise the stakes for the bet?
What, to raise the stakes to what?
I don't know. Suggest something else if you think.
No, I'll take the bet from Adamo. Adamo's a great gentleman. I like Adamo a lot. We have a lot of mutual friends, actually.
I just feel like we could do something crazier. Don't you, Troy?
I think,
if the jersey.
But also, I don't think it's on Grella to take more, because you've been called out and you go, okay, fair enough. No problem, we'll do it.
Also, everything's on the line in terms of pride. Yeah. Now, because they're totally bought into that they're going to beat the U.S., and we're totally bought in that we're going to beat them. So it's a little bit like the Duke-UNC rivalry. Like, Duke doesn't really know it exists, but the UNC, like, I can't wait for it all year. You know what I mean? So it's a big day for Australia, bigger than it is for the U.S.
Roy, do you feel as strongly as Grella does about how dominant you think the U.S. is going to be against Australia?
No, but this is why he's my guy, because we are very similar. We just double down. We say what we say it with conviction. Look, it's going to be...
Apart from, by the way, when Mark Schwarzer was there and he said I was tired, I didn't know what I was saying. But anyway.
And I'll tell you, let's go into there, too. You want to go there? Let's go there.
Why?
Schwarzer is an unbelievable gentleman. Yeah. Great career, great professional, this and that. The other thing, supposed to have fun about it. I think he actually read it and took it to heart. I see him on podcasts. Beep, 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 beep.
Look what you said.
Take it easy. You guys are a layup in the group. I mean, is he watching a different team, or what? And yeah, they qualify for each of the last World Cups, but for what? They get every World Cup they go to, they're going for a participation award, as the U.S. are. But again, this year, the U.S. have players that play in the Champions League at the highest level. They're going to be a host nation. They've beaten Australia in the friendlies before that. I think it's just going to be a long day for Australia football talk.
Why is somebody saying in my ear, is Grella going to retire from TV if the US lose to Australia?
Well,
we've all got kids to feed.
You want to go there? We don't have enough time to go there.
I didn't say that one.
But
That was just a suggestion.
I would say, I think I can understand why Australia feel that they can beat the US, and I can understand why the US are like, Australia can't beat us. I understand both sides of the argument. I'd expect both sides of the argument to feel that way. In my opinion and in my bracket, I think both of them are playing for the third place. I know I'm in America. That might get me in trouble, especially with our bosses in the back. But I feel like Turkey are the team that they're number one, and then the rest, they could all beat each other on any given day. So it's going to be interesting.
I think also, big statement now going the other way and really talking about the game in general and the group in general. Time to grow up for the U.S. Time to grow up, because now it's been 15, maybe 10 years now where this cycle of like, you know, we started a few cycles ago, oh, the youth and this and that. And these guys are a bit pampered now, right? And then 100%. Pochettino's come in and he's exposed that a little bit. And who doesn't like this guy and this relationship and who needs time? Enough.
Yeah.
Enough of the games. It's time to be men. The old national teams, the national teams of old, 2002, even before that, went to the game and played. And you knew when you played against the United States of America, you were going to have a difficult game. Maybe not the most quality. Now we've got a lot of quality. Yeah. But we got a lot of chitty chat too. Time to get the job done.
Yeah, and also on that, what I was going to ask you, obviously, we're looking at the finishes, obviously, since 1994. Again,
not past the round of 16 most of the time, apart from the quarter-final that we saw. The measuring stick, by the way, Troy, does seem to be the round of 16. Is that the true measuring stick for you? If they advance, that's a success. If they don't, that's a disappointment. Again,
I'm not fully up to date on once we get through the bracket and how it falls if they was to finish first, second or third. Obviously, there's a little bit of luck that comes into that as well. But I think if the US got to the quarterfinals this year, in my opinion, that'd be an unbelievable achievement, because I think there's a lot of quality in the teams. You look, again, France, Spain, England, Portugal, Argentina, Holland. There's 6 already. And then obviously you can start to go into other teams where I think the US kind of fall in that same bracket. But for me, to Gwena's point, I think it's a great point, because they do need to grow up. They do play, a lot of these players do play for big teams in Champions League nights. They've also got a top-class manager as well. Just on that, if it does go wrong, and let's say for whatever reason, they didn't qualify, where's the rebuild? Where's the start? Like what? I just feel like they have to do well this year, because if not, all the excuses are gone. Does that make sense?
There's one element that they never fixed and they never addressed, and that's one of being called up based on merit. And I think that's the most important thing in life, is like, if you deserve something, if people are working hard, they should be rewarded. And if people are not working as hard, they're going through a slump, maybe like you've got to move on, because you've got to set a precedent in a group that say, when you get called to the United States national team and you put the badge on, it has to mean something. It has to be really important. And we still see a little bit now call-ups because guys play in certain spots or they have certain relationships. And I think if moving forward, the rebuild of the way would be, hey,
by the way,
whoever performs plays, whoever doesn't is out.
Do you think anyone on this team got called up by merit?
By merit?
Yeah.
Most of the players, But then there's a few additions where, like, you think, okay, like Giorena, for example, unbelievable talent. Maybe one of the most talented players in the team, but what's he done in the last 2 or 3 years to merit?
That's what I meant, not by,
not by merit.
Not by merit.
And you want to bring quality, and you want to bring those guys. And sometimes I would even argue you have to bring those type of guys as well. But also you have to set a precedent to say, doesn't matter where you play, and it doesn't matter who you are. If you haven't performed in the last year and a half, you're not in the team. And once the top national teams have that, right? Cole Palmer's not going to the national team because Phil Foden's not going to the national team, not going to the World Cup because he didn't perform. That's England now. That's the standard they've set. The U.S. doesn't have that. The U.S. is like, oh, well, he's the best player we've got, so we've got to bring him. And now all of a sudden they want time off, or they don't think they need to perform because they know it doesn't matter. I'll get another call up. Competition is healthy. Competition in every workplace is super healthy. Has to be paramount at the United States men's national team. So time to grow up, time to get results, time to stop talking. been a lot of talking from the U.S. fans, from the players themselves, from the management. Like, enough. Like, let's see it now. You're at home. You're in a group that's doable, right? Very doable, and we'll see, you know, what happens, and we'll see, because home could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, based on how they perceive it and based on how they sort of take on that challenge.
Well said. We're going to be back with more in just a second as well, and look ahead to tonight, specifically with Paraguay. The Call It What You Want boys are in Kansas City as well, ahead of the big game, and we'll preview it next.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back, everybody. So it's the US men's national team against Paraguay tonight from Los Angeles. It looks absolutely beautiful there. Will it be a beautiful night, Grella, do you think, for the US? Who are you going for?
I think the U.S. will do it. Paraguay will be defensive. They'll be difficult. They play in one of the most difficult qualifying. They have to play Brazil, Argentina, Bolivia, all these difficult teams down there. Ecuador, Colombia. They played very defensive. They kept clean sheets. They beat Argentina in Argentina in one of the games as well. So it'll be difficult, but the U.S. at home, time to go. Time to rev the engine, time to win it. I have them winning the game 2-1.
No, I got a draw. I actually think a lot of pressure. I think similar to Canada. Load of pressure, load of people expecting America to win. Not the layup, but they're looking at this going, oh, we've beat Paraguay recently. There's all these things that are in the USA's favour. I just feel that Paraguay will sit in, try to hit on the counter-attack, and just make it as nervy as possible. And I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
OK, I'm with Grell. I think they'll do it, but I don't think it'll be super comfortable for them. 2-1 for the US, I think. Nico,
Copy everyone.
Oh, who else did I copy? Oh, Mackenzie's
Mackenzie's
I had the
bet.
same. Well, I wasn't even in the same room. And yes, I gave my bet first. Thank you, Adri. All summer long, Nico Cantor is in this RV, going coast to coast with the Golazo Network, spending the last couple of days in LA, and today he has been at the US Soccer House with a special guest. It's Jackass's Johnny Knoxville.
I want to ask you, what will it take for me to become the next member of Jackass?
Oh, man. Wow.
I'm afraid that I even asked this.
I don't know. I guess you could do a wide number of things. Steve-O did a robot rectal exam in the new movie.
Okay.
With a humanoid robot giving him a rectal exam.
Yeah.
I have that robot at my house.
I think I'm too young to be doing rectal exams now.
Well, I mean, it's more in preparation for when you are that old.
Okay.
Okay, so there's one.
Okay, there's one. Might not have time for the robots at your house.
Yeah. You can,
Okay.
I don't know, you could, I think you'd look pretty good without those eyebrows.
Oh.
Just shave them off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me one more.
You can always.
One more that maybe we could do out on the street.
You could whip out your testicles and get them stun gunned.
Whip out my testicles and get a stun gun for.
Yeah. And I'll do like this, so no one can see, so you don't get, on any lists.
Okay.
I gave you 3 good chances. Just say where there's 3 games in the first round. I gave you 3 good chances.
I feel like I'm leaning much more at getting my testicles stun gun. How's that going to affect my fertility?
I think it actually improves fertility.
I mean, should we give that a try? How quickly can we get a stun gun?
Well, that's up to your producer.
So which one would you boys choose if you were Nico?
I think just because Johnny Knoxville's telling you, stun gun to the nuts. You got to take it.
What was the middle? No eyebrows?
No eyebrows.
No eyebrows.
That's
Bro, you
takes
could
a long
go for
time
that.
for them to
That's
come
not
back.
too far off what you've got now.
Yeah, I'm sure you got some fake eyebrows in your thing, right? You got a whole bag of fake stuff in there.
If they said shave your head, you're almost there.
I'm halfway there. That's true. Shave my head would be number 1 on my list, but I don't know about the rectal exam. God.
But Johnny Knoxville, Jackass, legendary. He says, "Right, we're gonna get a taser and shoot you in the nuts."
Yeah, I've had kids, so I'm done having kids. So maybe I would try that. But Nico hasn't had yet. Probably a
So
little
which
bit
one
of
are you
work.
advising him to do? The stun gun?
Stun gun.
Do it.
Legendary.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Maybe he could stun you one of your toes so that it could go back to being straight.
Okay, let's move on. We're going to see if Nico will join Johnny Knoxville and the gang in a shopping cart. But what we do know is that the crew is returning to the big screen in Jackass, best and last. Let's take a look.
Reminder, the stunts in this movie were performed by professionals.
Hi, I'm Wee Man.
I'm Bam Margera.
I'm Preston Lacey.
I'm Chris Pontius. So for your safety and the protection of those around you,
I'm Dave England. I'm Danger Harris. I'm Steve. I'm Ryan Dunn.
do not attempt any of the stunts you have just seen.
Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
Welcome to the first day of our last film.
What are you feeling?
I'm sad.
Does it make you sad, Chris?
No, I'm not in touch with my emotions.
I would like to introduce you to our new cast member, Larry.
Nice to meet you all. Big fans.
Oh my gosh, he got you!
Give me a bucket of water so I can throw it on Larry. 25 years and we haven't learned a goddamn thing. Can someone go get the shot collar for your penis? Poopy said he wants to try it.
Hi, I'm Poop.
You're taking it to a whole other level.
Yeah.
Look pretty happy about it.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
High five. This is the escape room from hell. Start the game. I think we're moving to the next room.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
This jump sucks.
You got it in the stomach pretty good. We are going to be making history today with the first robot prostate exam.
This is what Jackass looked like at 50. You see the finger on that thing?
That's not a finger. It's a claw. Let's let it rip, baby.
Grella, that seems right up your street, doesn't
God,
it?
that's
Are
so
you excited for this?
That is so good.
One last ride. What a way to cap off a quarter of a century of epicness. Jackass, the best and last, is in theatres for you on June 26th. OK, stay with us, everybody. After the break, Christina Uncle is going to join us to talk about some of the new refereeing rules that we have seen implemented for this FIFA World Cup. We'll be back in just a sec.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad would want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Well, on Thursday, Mexico's opening win against South Africa, we saw 3 red cards, which was one less than in all of 2022 in Qatar. This year, there are several new rules that are implemented, and we've seen some already in action, like the hydration break. So who better to talk about it all than with our very own rules and, I was going to say betting expert. She's definitely not a betting expert. Rules and analysis expert, Christina Uncle. Christina, good to see you. How is New York treating you so far?
New York is treating me. It's warm. It's not as humid as Florida, but definitely out and about. So we're in the middle of mid-Manhattan right now. I got to give a shout out to Burke's Bar for letting me kind of do my little segment here today. So
I love it.
It's been good.
We can't wait to see you. What was it?
So the necklace is dancing as well. She's doing well.
She looks great, doesn't she, as per? What about some of these new rules then, Christina? We mentioned the hydration break. There's a couple, though, isn't there? Walk us through what we can expect to see this summer.
Yeah, so there are a couple, but the easiest way to kind of coin these, because there are about, I think there was like 8 or 9, but effectively there's 4 different ones, right? So we're taking a look at here, the time wasting, that's really going to be addressing time delays that are very prevalent in our game. Substitutions is keeping the match tempo up and moving so that we have the ball into play more. It's been crazy with the statistic is 60 minutes, the ball could be in play. So we saw this very effective in the Mexico-South Africa game, and we saw it today in the games where substitutions are now sprinting out. They have that 10-second. And then players treated by a physio, right? Ensuring that if there is medical care attention being taken, it's not a time for players to take a timeout or a break and to step off of the field. So there are some really good laws that have been changed in advance of this, but then there's some that aren't necessarily the greatest, right? So these no tactical timeouts allowed. Basically, that's where a situation where you'd have the goalkeeper go down and then the players would go to the technical area. It's not allowed, but the referees can't necessarily enforce it. So this one I'm not a big fan of. And then finally, the second one, players covering their mouths. This is just a reflection of the UEFA Champions League game, Real Madrid versus Benfica. It's a reaction to it. I think the philosophy and intent is good. Now, the difficulty is it's now putting into the referees to make a subjective decision about someone's intent and whether or not they're saying and or potentially could be saying this. So we haven't seen a situation like this yet in the World Cup where, there's been mass confrontations, but it's going to be a very interesting one. And I actually think it's a little bit unfair to put that on the referee at this time.
I just think the 10-second one to get off the field and then or else you play with a man down for a minute, that's like a hockey power play. I've never heard of that. That's crazy. And what about if it takes them 11 seconds? Are they going to enforce that? It's like, I don't know. I feel like that's one of those ones that's just written down on a piece of paper that we're not going to see.
Ooh, so we have seen it. We've seen it actually in the Major League Soccer here. We saw it, probably the first most preeminent one is where Luis Suarez took his time off, right, in a Miami MLS game, took his time off, and Messi had to stay off. He was actually being subbed out for Messi, and Messi stayed out for a minute, right? Then the next game that Luis Suarez played in, he sprinted off the field. So it's actually going to be strictly enforced, and I think it does help when we take a look at teams that are known for this tactical strategy. I call it the dark arts, others call it game management, such as Arsenal. So this one will be strictly enforced, but I think the players have gotten that indication in the friendlies that this will be enforced, and so you see them doing it because the Japan game, we had a situation like this and Japan ended up scoring the goal. So I think it's been announced, and I think the players and teams are very aware of it.
Yeah, Grell.
MLS they also had a blue card back in the day. I think an orange card, things I never heard of. So
and they also had the 50-yard penalty kick. Do you remember that? We should bring that back.
Yeah,
that was
course,
classic.
Of course.
Christine, I just wanted to ask you, just looking back yesterday, the Mexico game, obviously 3 sendings off. In my opinion, pretty soft, a couple of those. Are we going to have a World Cup that is going to be very VAR heavy? Again, I'm just thinking to the first South African sending off where it's kind of 2 players tussling, gets hit in the face. Obviously, when you look at it subjectively, yes, maybe hitting him in the face is that. But in that moment, no one was really calling for a red card. It just feels like, to me, after watching day one, it's going to be a difficult one for the refs to manage. And then VAR are just going to have their fingerprints all over this World Cup for me.
I was calling this game live yesterday and I actually thought of you because I was like, great. Now he's going to say VAR is getting way too involved. So I knew we'd have this conversation eventually. But, I was with you. I was watching the game live. I didn't see much for it. I was a little interested as to why the Mexico player was on the ground. And then when you saw the video operator put it in, and then I had my video operator in the booth I was in that was able to go back and we rewound it. We actually found a different angle that I think was a better sell for it. You could see where the South African player, it was really a secondary action. Now, I was explaining to someone the speed and the impact and the force doesn't have to be as high as if it would be on a different body part. But because it was at the face and it was into the eyes of the Mexican player, that is why it raised up to a red card. Because of the place and the location, it caused more danger, right? Eye getting poked out. You had a reverse 50 camera angle. You had a camera angle coming in from the high, and you had the other one where you saw this secondary action, arms up in the air. Instead of just taking his body and pulling him up, he literally just uses his left arm, makes a secondary action, and hits him in the eye. Those are the situations that it's just really, really factual in what happened. So that is what forces the VAR to send that down for a red card situation. So I do know there's a little bit of issue. I was with Ali McGoyce on that one. He wasn't a fan of it. And then the second one that you were talking about basically is the denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity against the Mexico player. That one truly, truly, truly is I think where everyone's struggling is they're not taking a look at the time of the snapshot when it occurred. They're looking at where all the players resulted. And I did post it on Twitter. You could see the snapshot when it occurred. There were no defenders covering back, right? He didn't take a heavy touch going out. All of the 4 considerations were there. So at the moment, I was a bit surprised. But once again, if you rewind it back, the referees actually did make the correct decision on all 3 of them, even though I know some of the pundits from the old days don't like it.
Christina, which new rule will create the most controversy?
Ooh, look at Grella asking the hard-hitting ones. I think the new rule that will cause the most controversy is VAR protocol now allowing the VARs to make a recommendation when there is a foul by an attacking player before the ball is put into play, and it's a redo. So basically, you would retake it back. And the reason why I say it's causing the most issues is because it's only for corner kicks and it's for set pieces. However, we all know that you have throw-in specialists in the attacking third who can also throw a ball in even better than a set piece. And right now, a lot of the conversation is going, well, if it's good for the attacker, why wouldn't we also punish a defender? Like we saw in the Cucurella play, right, in England against West Ham when he took someone down. Why isn't it also good for the defender? Now we feel like we're creating a 12th defender, right? A 12th player on these type of situations. And so because that one has not been workshopped and not trialed in a Youth World Cup or in a previous FIFA senior tournament, that is the one that I think is going to cause the most confusion. Although a simple one was yesterday, you know, only an incorrect corner kick given can be overturned by VAR, not a goal kick. And we saw that at the end of the first half of the South African game. So that one caused immediate because logically it doesn't make sense. So I just think those 2 needed to be workshopped more before they were implemented before this World Cup.
Yeah, well said, Christina. I'm sure a lot more controversy as well to come for the entirety of this tournament. Good to see you. We'll see you soon.
Enjoy the Cosmos.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, everybody, stay with us. We've got more Golazo Matchday 48 Nations for you in just a sec.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Well, breaking news from the FIFA World Cup. Ghana midfielder Thomas Partey has been ruled out of his team's opening match in Toronto after being denied entry into Canada. The 32-year-old Villarreal midfielder was previously charged by the London Metropolitan Police with 7 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault that allegedly occurred from 2020 to 2022 when he played for Arsenal. Partey pleaded not guilty in April and his trial is scheduled for November of 2026. In a statement to CBS Sports football correspondent James Bench, FIFA confirmed the visa refusal, stating FIFA can confirm that the player Thomas Partey was unable to travel from Ghana's team base camp in Boston to Canada for their first match against Panama on Wednesday, 17th of June, as his visa application has been refused by the Canadian government. FIFA is not involved in the immigration process of host countries, including the adjudication of visas. And as with previous FIFA events, the host government ultimately determines who receives a visa and who is admitted into the country. Ghana is set to kick off against Panama this Wednesday, while Partey will miss the opener in Toronto. He's expected to be available for Ghana's next 2 group stage matches, which will be held in the US. So I suppose, Troy, obviously we know everything that's going on kind of in the background with Thomas Partey and the English government and the process that's expected to play out in November of this year. But on the footballing side of things, what does this mean for Ghana? Is he a big miss, considering that he hasn't had ultimately that much playing time due to all these reasons?
As a talent, yes. If you think back 1 year when he was at Arsenal, I think back to the games he played in the Champions League against PSG, he was one of their better players. But ultimately, you know, things off the field have impacted it. He's only played 25 games in La Liga this season. So you would have to say he's not in a rhythm that he is the player that he once was. Obviously, he's 32 now. Again, as you get older, it gets harder, doesn't it, Grell, to like just be as fresh as you used to be. But I also think if you're the Ghanaian national team as well, it's an unnecessary noise that you have around you at the moment. You want to be, should be all be positive. We're in the World Cup. We're playing Panama. We feel we can beat them. We've got a decent squad. And for me, I think it raises the question of, surely somebody within the organisation must have been having these conversations. Did it run a risk of actually taking him anyway? He hasn't played a great deal of games, I allude to, but I think it's always messy. And I don't like when off-the-field stuff interferes with his football stuff, because we get in this weird space of where if you're being positive about him as a footballer, people say, oh, you're forgetting the off-field stuff. And if you talk about the off-field stuff, people go, oh, you're not talking about the football. So it creates confusion, and I hope it all gets cleared up very, very quickly, because this hasn't been since 2020 to 2022. We're now in 2026.
Yeah.
4 years removed. So, you know, for any person who's involved there will say it'll feel like it was yesterday, but I also think it needs to be cleared up a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's obviously not a straightforward situation, a tricky one for sure. I think Ghana looked at it like, okay, first of all, the trial's not till November, right? So they can't punish someone regardless of what the facts are. They're going to figure that out in November, what that goes on off the field. But for Ghana, they look at it and think, okay, experience, been at the highest level. I don't know how many players in Ghana have played the level that Partey's played. Some of the teams he's played in, some of the games he's been in, and when you're about to go into a World Cup, which is the world's biggest stage, and you want to put Ghana in the storylines, and you want to make that story, you want to be successful at all costs. I guess you look at Partey and say, this is a guy we need to have inside the team. Yeah, it didn't maybe have the most consistent season with Villarreal, but still, I think Ghana looked at him and said, look, we've got to be competitive, as competitive as possible, and so he becomes an important piece of what they want to do on the pitch.
32 appearances in all competitions. You can see no goal involvements, though. I think the other thing is we talk about the group so much, and we just saw it kind of with Canada and Bosnia. Sometimes that first game is absolutely crucial in determining the outcome. They're in a group with England and Croatia. So on paper, you would say England and Croatia will finish first and second, meaning that this game could be one where both teams feel like they have to win it to have a chance.
Yeah, and also Panama are no slouches as well. No, to most football fans, they wouldn't really consider Panama as like this powerhouse. But again, very, very aggressive, very proud. We said it with Bosnia, right? Bosnians are very proud of who they are and what they stand for. I think Panama are very much the same. Wide players with loads of pace, loads of trickery. So I do just think it's a difficult game. But also, you want to start the World Cup with a level of, impetus of here's our team. We've got it. We've got to win, and we know our starting 11. If, for example, they win the game 2-3-0, but Partey can play the next 2 games, who comes out? Why do you take somebody out? It creates this, like I say, it creates confusion. But again, it's unfortunate. Again, every single time we seem to be talking about football at the moment, it seems to be some off-field stuff, and that's it's always tricky for all of us to try and handle the situation.
You agree, Graham?
I do agree. I think, it's a difficult one. And Ghana obviously haven't been on the world stage enough for the talents that they have, so they want to put their front foot first.
Forward.
God, did you think you gave me whatever you had before? You sneeze on
forward.
me. So,
helping you.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. Again, we come in here to talk about the football. Yeah. We keep everything else out of it. So the fact that we actually have to mention it is it's a detriment to Ghana. So, but we'll see. We'll see how they do. Difficult group for them for sure.
Very true. Okay, and we're going to see how the US does tonight as well.
Big night.
The big one over on the West Coast from Los Angeles. Jimmy Conrad, Charlie Davies, the Call It What You Want crew are in Kansas City with all the build-up to the match. And let's see how Mauricio Pochettino's first game goes. That's all coming up next for you. They'll have all the reaction as well after the match finishes. And we will see you tomorrow for more 48 Nations.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a